G'day everybody. In our last James Bond video on the channel, I reviewed the classic On Her Majesty's Secret Service, of course starring George Lazenby. I did mention this film becoming Bond in the video. I said I'd get around to reviewing it sometimes. Anyway, no time like the present, so let's have a look at it sooner rather than later. As it says on the tin, a real-life story of intrigue, espionage, deception and romance. This is the George Lazenby story. It has George telling his own amusing tale, how he got from a rather sickly childhood with lots of quite serious underlying health problems, and he wasn't expected to live until adulthood, to the big love of his life, moving to the UK, basically sleeping with anything he could, and then becoming James Bond. They do have an actor playing the young George, and he doesn't look anything like George, but this is a huge amount of fun. In terms of Bond alumni, Jane Seymour plays Maggie, his UK agent, and she's brilliant in it. She really is charming, is Jane Seymour in this. George telling his own story. Yeah, what a guy. You know, some real good tales in this. It's 96 minutes long. I got this on a Region 2 DVD. I've never seen it released in the UK on Blu-ray. You can get it on streaming services, but I've decided to invest in a physical copy. So it's mine is this. It is a 15 certificate because he talks a lot about sex. A lot about it in this. He was rampant in his youth, was young George. It's funny, occasionally sad, romantic, and interesting. You know, if you're interested in the backstory of Bond, like I am, you know, this is On Her Majesty's Secret Service is in as rather a quirk of the Eon film series. Of course, it's George's only film. You know, it tells how his life led to this rather life-changing opportunity, and why he turned down an offer to do a six-picture deal, the next 6 Bond films. So he'd have done Diamonds Are Forever, Live and Let Die, Man with the Golden Gun, Spy You Love Me, Moonraker, For Your Eyes Only. Imagine all those without Roger. That's quite all those classics without the late great Roger Moore. With George, that's quite a hard concept. Apart from Diamonds Are Forever, of course. Sean come back, as we all know, for that. But that's quite a wow concept, that the entire 70s and 1981, George had been Bond, and how different would it have turned out? Anyway, we can't change time. But if you're interested in Bond, I would definitely recommend this. I know he talks somewhat in the documentary Everything and Nothing about his tenure, but this is you know, it's an hour and a half. What I do like also about it, I watched this again a few weeks ago and I thoroughly enjoyed it. This deserves repeat viewings. The menus are very Maurice Binder opening title-esque, and it's a really nice looking film. Yeah, it's pretty low budget. The scenes with George are incredibly low budget, but it adds to the fun of him reminiscing about where he's come from. Yeah, and it's all rather affable, a little bit rude in parts. It was made for Hulu, so we don't have Hulu in the UK, so maybe it's on that streaming service. But I really enjoy this film. It's a huge amount of fun. It is quite interesting. It's really funny. I'm not going to spoil it, but this is quite a funny film for Bond film fans. You know, when he's filming the gun barrel, just messing around, making the gun barrel and trying to basically annoy Saltzman and Broccoli from day one. George is good. George looks back fondly, and there's not an ounce of bitterness that he did one. It's a rather sweet movie. Yeah, all Bond films fans, especially if you like On Her Majesty's Secret Service. If you don't like On Her Majesty's Secret Service, maybe give it a watch, and it'll explain the backstory more. So there you go, quick video on Becoming Bond. The real life story of intrigue, espionage, deception and romance. The story of George Lazenby. Sadly not on Blu-ray, but I'm glad I invested on a copy on DVD.